So this is Bhagavatam 10:124. Vasudeva Kalananta.
Vasudeva Kalananta
Sahasra Vadanaswarat.
Sahasra Vadanaswarat
Agrato Bhavita Devo.
Gratto Bhavita Devo
Hare Priya Chikirsaya.
Hare Priya Chikirsaya
Vasudeva Kalananta.
Vasudeva Kalananta
Sahasra Vadanaswarat.
Sahasra Vadanaswarat
Agrato Bhavita Devo.
Agrato Bhavita Devo
Hare Priya Chikirshaya.
Hare Priya Chikirsaya.
Want to repeat, Prabhuji?
Vasudeva Kalanantaha
Sudeva Kalanantaha.
Sahasra Vadanah Swarat
Shravadana Swaran.
Agrato Bhavita Devo
Krato Bhavita Devo.
Hare Priya Chikirsaya.
Hare Priya
Priya
Chikrishi.
Chikirshaya. Okay, so Vasudeva Kalananta, the plenary expansion of Lord Krishna, known as Anantadev or Sankarshan Ananta, the all-pervasive incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Sahasravadana, having thousands of hoods. Swarat, fully independent. Agrata, previously. Bhavita will appear. Deva, the Lord. Hare, of Lord Krishna. Priyachikirshaya, with the desire to act for the pleasure. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. The foremost manifestation of Krishna is Sankarshan, who is known as Ananta. He is the origin of all incarnations within this material world. Previous to the appearance of Lord Krishna, his original Sankarshan will appear as Baladev, just to please the Supreme Lord Krishna in his transcendental pastimes. Purport. Sri Baladev is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He is equal in supremacy to the Supreme Godhead. Yet, wherever Krishna appears, Sri Baladev appears as his brother. Sometimes elder and sometimes younger. When Krishna appears, all his primary expansions and other incarnations appear with him. This is elaborately explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This time, Baladev would appear before Krishna as Krishna's elder brother. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanutam Shah Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Hare Krishna. So tomorrow we are celebrating Balaram Purnima, or appearance day of Lord Balaram. So in this verse we just read, so this is Sukadev Goswami is answering to Maharaj Parikshit, because he asked a few questions at the beginning of this chapter. So one of the question he asks is in text number 8, is about Lord Balaram too. So in 9th canto, he asks, Shukadeva Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj about all the dynasties of moon. So then he comes in that he comes to Yayati, and then he comes to Yadu, and all there he stops, and then Parikshit Maharaj asks different questions. So one of these questions is this one. Rohinyastanaya prukto Rama sankarshanastvaya devakya garbha sambandha kuto dehantaram vina. My dear Sukadeva Goswami, you have already explained that Sankarshan, who belongs to second quadruple, appeared as the son of Rohini named Balaram. If Balaram was not transferred from one body to another, how is it possible that he was first in the womb of Devaki and then womb of Rohini? Kindly explain to me. He is telling you already explained. He explains in 9th canto, Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj, that how Lord Balaram appeared first in the womb of Devaki and then is transferred to womb of Rohini. So he remembers that, and then he asks question there, the beginning of this 10th canto. It's never unheard of. Have you heard of anybody taking birth in two wombs? It's never unheard of. We heard of two twins taking birth in one mother's womb, but have you ever heard of a child having two mothers, two wombs? Even scientifically, it's not possible. I think how will you remove a womb from one mother's womb child and then transfer to another mother? After all this advancement and after all this this thing, so it's not still possible. It never heard of, or it's not possible in that way. They can implant a seed or a child in one womb with the all modern technology, but after implanting in one womb and then the child is growing in one womb, and then you remove and transfer it to another womb, is it possible? No. It's like an unique thing it is. So that's what Parikshit Maharaj caught that. He was very attentive. Parikshit Maharaj very attentively hearing everything. So he immediately caught that, and he asked, how is it possible? It is possible in one way. How is that? If one leaves his body, then he has to take another body in another mother's womb. So that is possible. But here he clearly mentions that, how is it possible that he was first in the womb of Devaki and then in the womb of mother? If he was not transferred from one body to another, how is it possible? So Balaram remained in same body. He did not transferred from one body to another. So how is it possible? He asked this question. So for that, then different questions he asks also, and then he starts telling this, hey, this Balaram is not ordinary. He is the foremost of all incarnations. Sankarshan, he is Anantadev. He is Lord himself. He is appearing as Balaram. Why is appearing? Just to please Supreme Lord in his transcendental pastimes. He is appearing. So he is Lord himself? Yes, he is Lord. So we know Avatari and Avatar. Avatari means one who is the source of all incarnations. And Avatar is one who incarnates. So Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then his direct expansion is Sankarshan. We mentioned here. The foremost manifestation of Krishna is Sankarshan, who is Ananta. First expansion is Krishna, the original one. And he is the origin of all incarnations in this material world. Who? Sankarshan. Krishna expands into Sankarshan or Balaram. Then that same Sankarshan appears as Balaram, the original Sankarshan. And then through him all this incarnations appear. So they both are one. So what is the difference? So once Madhusevita Prabhu and they were devotees, they were discussing. Then he was telling that Krishna and Balaram are same. It's just that Krishna is white, sorry, Krishna is black and Balaram is white. But they both are same. Okay. Then there, Yamuna Devi was there. She interjected and said, no, Krishna Balaram are not same. Only Radharani is with Krishna, not with Balaram. So they are not same. So then Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he goes to Prabhupada and says, Prabhupada, Madhusevita Prabhu is telling Krishna and Balaram are same. Only their color difference. That's all, difference in color. Prabhupada said, yes, that's correct. And then, but Yamuna Mata is telling, no, they are not same. Because Radharani is only with Krishna, not with Balaram. And Prabhupada said, yes, she is also correct. Tamal Krishna Maharaj asking, Prabhupada, how is it possible that that both are correct? Prabhupada, yes, you are also correct. And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj, then which is correct? Who is correct in these both cases? Prabhupada said, you decide. So they both are same in one way. They are no different. The difference is that Balaram is also Supreme Person of Lordhead, who he has same potencies as Krishna, but the mood, he appears to serve Krishna. His mood is to serve Krishna. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami explains that he is appearing Seva Avatari. The Balaram's name, another is Seva Avatar. So he is coming to Sarvavatari Krishna Swayam Bhagwan Tanra Ditiya Deha Sri Balaram, he tells. And then he says that he is coming Krishna Leelara Sahaya. So he comes to only Ekehe Swarupadona Bhinna Matra Kaya Adya Kaya Yuha Krishna Leelare Sahaya. Krishna Leelara Sahaya. He comes to assist in Krishna Leela. Balaram is coming to assist in Krishna Leela. He is called for Seva, he is coming basically. So to assist in Krishna Leela, Krishna stands as Balaram and he comes. So Balaram always serves Krishna. He is always coming and serving Krishna. So coming to the question of Parikshit Maharaj, how is that? No, he is transferred from one womb to another, or how is it possible? Why is it so? So then Sukadeva Goswami starts explaining in the whole first chapter that how this Vasudev is married to Devaki and Kamsa was riding, taking them, and then this voice came, and then he starts telling about how there was all these demons are there, and then demigods go and pray to Lord on Svetadweep, and then Lord tells Brahmaji, he doesn't appear, tells Brahmaji that he'll soon come, and all Yadus, all demigods should go and take birth in Yadu family, Yadu dynasty, all that he tells. So he is, so as that, they all take then, because Kamsa then wants to kill Devaki, and then Vasudeva protects her, and then he promises that I will give all the children. So till 8th child, I will give all the children. And then how first child is born, and then Vasudeva brings that first child to Kamsa. Kamsa becomes very, seeing the child, seeing his nephew, he becomes very, his love awakens. And then he says, I have no harm from the first child, I have harm only from 8th child, to take him back. But Narada comes in between, he wants to fasten, he wants to make appearance of Krishna far sooner. So, because otherwise Devaki and Vasudeva will be happily enjoying with the first child, and then they'll think of second child later, maybe, or like that. So that's why they want to make it faster. And then Then he tells come now, who knows, in the round robin, in the round 1 is 8 and 2 is 8, anything is 8, who knows where, and all like that. Then Kamsa understands, and he goes and kills the first child and imprisons Devaki and Vasudeva. And then like that in imprisons, and then 6 children are born, and then Kamsa kills one by one. So Devaki is, then the 7th child is Lord Balaram. He appears in the womb of Mother Devaki. So why Balaram appeared as 7th child? There are many reasons. So one reason is he wants to make sure that he's a Seva Avatari. So he wants to make sure that the place where Krishna is going to come and appear, he wants to make sure that place is nice. Womb of Mother Devaki is nice. So that Krishna can, suppose the president comes to one place, then there are many, his entourage, different people, his services, secret service, all these people come and first to make sure that this place, the president can come and do whatever he's supposed to do, his business. So like that, so Balaram himself personally wants to come and see. Krishna is first going to appear in this womb, because Krishna is Durlabha. Krishna's incarnation is, he comes only once in a day of Brahma. We will not go into the calculation of that because of time. But it's a very long time. He comes only in one day of Brahma. So he comes very rare. So, very rarely somebody is coming, is very, very important person. So he wants to make sure that, so Balaram as his servitor, lordship, he wants to come and check first. That's one reason. Another reason Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gives in Chaitanya Charitamrita is that he says that Lord Krishna appeared in Treta Yuga as Lord Ram. And then Lord Ram underwent many, many difficulties. And Balaram appeared as Lakshmana, and Lakshmana being younger, he just tolerated everything. He wouldn't do anything because he has to just obey elders' orders, elder brother's order. So Lakshmana would have so much of pain in the heart when they were going to forest. So because Mother Sita also came, so how he should always walk behind the elder brother, because being a younger brother, he cannot go ahead of Lord Ram. So Lord Ram would go in the front, Mother Sita behind Lord Ram, and behind Sita is Lakshmana would walk. So all the thorns and pebbles and all thorns would prick Lord Ram, because behind is Sita and then Lakshmana. So Lakshmana would be very, very sad. It's a difficult service for him. He has to take Mother Sita to forest to banish. He all did all the difficult services. And then when Sita has to do this fire yajna or fire test and jumping into fire, she has to enter into fire. Lakshmana has to arrange that fire and all. It's very difficult. So Lakshmana has doing all these things in a very difficult services. So I understood, because I appeared as a younger brother. This is all this, I have to obey all these things. This time I am not going to come as younger brother. I will come as elder brother. And then he comes as elder brother, but that too has service mood. So he wants to take a elder position, but the mood is service. In the material world, people want to take elder position or higher position or some promotion. The mood is not service, but the mood is to satisfy the ego or satisfy some ulterior motives to get a better money or better position or power and all like that. But anyway, so Balaram appears as elder brother. The mood is to serve, so that he can serve Krishna better way, not like in the previous appearance. So he appears as the 7th child. But the main reason is, he appears as elder, but Balaram's eternal mother is Rohini. Why he appeared in Devaki's womb? Just to make sure that Krishna's appearance is proper, the womb is proper. Why? Because in the material world, any devotee is subjected to the anarthas, 6 anarthas. We have 6 anarthas. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Is lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion. So these 6 anarthas are there. So these 6 anarthas has to be removed before Lord appear in our heart. The 6 sons of Marichi who appeared in the womb of Devaki because of a curse, they represent the 6 anarthas. And the 6 anarthas were killed. Then Lord Balaram appeared to make sure. So first the work of the purifying has been done by 6 anarthas, 6 in the form of 6 children of Devaki, they were killed. And then Balaram comes and inspects everything, and then Krishna appears. So the 6 children of Devaki are 6 anarthas. How they are killed? They are killed by Kamsa. Now, what Kamsa represents here is fear. Because Kamsa, Devaki would have fear. When would Kamsa would come and kill their children? She was very fearful. The fear, she sacrificed her 6 children. So Prabhupada always, many times he said that, my disciples are all good. They chant nicely, they have good devotion, they do good services, they are opening temples, they are doing good distribution and all. But one thing is lacking. What is that? Anybody knows?
They are not afraid of Maya.
Yeah, Prabhupada said that they are not sufficiently fearful of Maya. Once Prabhupada was in front of Rukmini Davarkadish in Los Angeles, he's praying intently, and then some tears came, and then devotees are thinking, Prabhupada may be in ecstasy, God in ecstasy, and then he got some realization or some pastime he entered in, tears came and he's praying. So afterwards, they asked Prabhupada, what were you praying so intensely? And with tears in your eyes, Prabhupada said, I'm praying to Radharani to please protect me from Maya. Intently he's praying like that. So he said, my disciples are not fearful of Maya. The only way to kill anarthas in our heart is by fear of Maya. If we don't have fear, no matter how much devotion we do, how much practice we do and all, if we are not fearful of Maya, anarthas won't go. So that way, because of that, the 6 anarthas, this represents the 6 sons of Devaki. So they were killed. And then Lord Balaram appeared in the womb of Devaki to make sure that Krishna's place of appearance is perfect. Now you could just make sure he appeared there, and then he would have gone to Rohini's womb. He didn't go. He stayed there 7 months. Until Krishna has to come and tell whom? To Krishna has to tell to Maya Devi. So there's the verse also in the same chapter here. To praying to Maya Devi, telling Maya Devi. I think in chapter 2 it is. Give me a minute to pull that verse. So he says, he ordered Yoga Maya. That's 10.2.7. The Lord ordered Yoga Maya, or it simply says, here Devi, he's addressing, Lord is addressing the Maya Devi. In chapters in 6, from verse 6, he says that Yoga Maya Devi, that he says her to, O my potency, who are worshipful of entire world and whose nature to bestow good fortune upon all living entities, go to Vraja, where there live many cowherd men and their wives. In that very beautiful land where my cows reside, Rohini, the wife of Vasudeva, is living in the home of Nanda Maharaj. Other wives of Vasudeva are also living there incognito because of fear of Kamsa. Please go there. Within the womb of Devaki is my partial plenary expansion known as Sankarshana Shesha. Without difficulty, transfer him into the womb of Rohini. O all auspicious Yoga Maya, I shall then appear with my full 6 opulences as son of Devaki, and he will appear as daughter of Mother Yashoda, the queen of Maharaj Nanda. By sacrifice of animals, ordinary human beings will worship you gorgeously with various paraphernalia because you are supreme. I'm not sharing the screen, I think. So text 10 is telling, by sacrifices of animals, ordinary human beings will worship you gorgeously with various paraphernalia because you are supreme in fulfilling the material desires of everyone. Lord Krishna blessed Maya Devi by saying in different places on the surface of earth, people will give different names such as Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Chamundi, Chamunda, Chandrika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani, Isani, Sharda, and Ambika. So we can see that, okay, and then he says that the son of Rohini will also be celebrated as Sankarshan because of being sent from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. He'll be called as Rama because of his ability to please all the inhabitants of Gokula, and he will be known as Balabhadra because of extensive physical strength. So he's telling Durga or Maya Devi to go to Vraja. He's telling here, right? He's telling, where he's telling? Yeah, he's telling here, please go there. He's telling go to Vraja. So then, it's not here mentioned, but Acharya say that the Maya Devi asked Krishna, how can I go to Vraja? There all are your pure devotees. I can only be, like where non-devotees are there. I can influence them. How can I go to Vraja? They all are your pure devotees in Vraja. I won't be able to go there. Then Lord says, there's a way to go there. You can go with Balaram. First go to the prison house in in Mathura. Balaram is there. And then with Balaram, you can enter Vraja. So, Acharya says that another reason why Balaram stayed so much long time is to serve Krishna in his service of taking Maya Devi to Vraja, where she also gets like service for Lord's appearance. So within the womb, Balaram starts serving. So that's the reason he's transferred from the womb of Devaki to Rohini. So like that, Balaram appears there in Rohini's womb, and then he appears. Then here Devaki gets miscarriage because Maya Devi transferred Balaram from her womb, and then 8th child later appears. So when Balaram also appeared, because Balaram is the Supreme Lord, Devaki became very beautiful, and Kamsa understood that now it is semi-finals now. Finals is 8th child. 7th has come now, semi-finals. Already match is becoming now very interesting. The match has becoming, so he increases the security and all that. So but anyway, so Krishna desires, then however he does. So we'll not go into the details on how Krishna appeared and how Kamsa he killed, how he closed eyes of Kamsa and transferred himself out to Devaki. So now so Balaram appears there, and then Balaram, when he appeared, he would not move. He would stay motionless. And then Rohini becomes very concerned why Balaram is not moving or doing anything as a child. So when Madhumangal and others come, then Balaram starts moving. So he likes this Sakhya Bhav. So anyway, so he then Krishna also comes to Gokul. Then Balaram always with Krishna. His whole pastimes of Krishna and Balaram. Balaram is always with Krishna and he's serving Krishna all the time. He served Krishna all the time. So till Krishna has left the planet, Balaram is always serving Krishna. He serves Krishna in all 6 rasas. He has served Krishna in all 5 rasas, sorry, not 5, 6. 5 rasas. Vatsalya ras. As elder brother, he would always take care of Krishna. As elder brother, because his mother also and Yashoda and all say, hey, Balaram, you should always protect Krishna. Krishna goes here and there and all. So he would always protect Krishna. He would always as a, not only him, for all cohort by Balaram is like Dada. Dada means big brother. So he's always like a big brother. He's always protecting, like, Balaram is always a big brother for everyone there. So he's serving them as a Vatsalaras and Sakhyaras. He plays Krishna Balaram. They have different games they play. Krishna party and Balaram party always. And Balaram party wins generally. So Krishna Balaram are always playing. And then in the servitorship, he serves Krishna in whatever way possible. One of the greatest service Krishna assigns to Balaram is to pacify the inhabitants of Vrindavan after Krishna left for Dwarka for many years. So because he couldn't go back to Vrindavan, and because he became very busy with different things, and also, the internal reason is to have that separation, love and separation. But the one of the service he asked Balaram to do is to go and then to represent him represent himself with the Brajvasis. He sent Balaram. Balaram goes to Raja from Dwarka, and he spends many days there. And then he each one asks Balaram, like Shloka Krishna asks, you are staying in Dwarka. How is it Dwarka it is? Is it better than our Vrindavan that Krishna doesn't come here? Is there Yamuna there? Are there cows are there? Balaram says, no, there is no Yamuna there. We have ocean. It's all salt water it is. No, it's not better at all. Cows, we have few cows. That's all. Not many like here. This is different. This is, Krishna also is, he's longing to come back. But, he's just caught up with so many things, so many kings, so many enemies he has. He has to finish his business and he'll come back. And so like that, he pacifies, and then he meets Mother Yashoda and Nandamara. They were all crying and all in separation. But seeing Balaram become pacified, and also he meets all the gopis, and he has his own gopis. They also there. So there is a so he does service like that, which no one else can do. That is in the servitorship. And as the Shantaras, all the paraphernalia that we use to serve Krishna is expansion of Balaram. In the deity worship, even the temple itself, the whole temple is Balaram. Temple is held by Balaram, Anantashis. Like when you have to build a temple, they first place Anantashis in the ground. So the whole temple is considered as expansion of Balaram. The bed is Balaram, Anantashis. So when Krishna has, he does unique things. He's Supreme Lord, right? So everybody sleeps on a bed in a house. Krishna wants to sleep in the ocean. It's just like that. So he does things like that. So he wants to sleep on the ocean, as Garbha ocean, and that is not a small ocean. It is big ocean. These oceans are like nothing. Then what happens? Then Balaram comes as a bed, as a snake, Anantashis. So wherever Krishna is there, he is always, he's serving. It's Shantaras actually. He's serving in a silent Shantaras. Krishna doesn't speak or anything. All this paraphernalia and all. So Vatsalya, Santa, Dasya, Sakya, and then Madhurya Ras. Madhurya, anybody knows how Balaram serves in Madhurya Ras?
as Ananga Manjari.
Yes, the Ananga Sakhi or Ananga Manjari, he takes the form of a Sakhi. Manjari, Ananga Sakhi or Ananga Manjari. So like that, he serves in all the 5 rasas, Balaram, Lord Balaram. Also, Lord Balaram, he kills demons. He kills demons. 2 prominent demons are, one is this the first one is Dhenukasura, and there is Pralambasura. Dhenukasura is ass demon. What is ass signifies? Ass is as generally, is like a lazy animal and foolishness. Ass carries a burden of beast of burden, carries burden in India, if you see, especially still they use ass for transporting. For what Prabhupada says, small grass is available everywhere, but the ass works hard for small grass. So is a burden of, so beast of burden it is. So it carries, so basically it ignorance, lazy it is. Accidentally it is not, it doesn't want to do anything, it's just lazy ass it is. So this Dhenuka is like, the laziness in us to practice spiritual life, that is destroyed by Balaram, by the spiritual strength. Balaram, Bala means strength. Strength means not the strength of biceps, triceps to get some protein and all that. No, Balaram, Bala means spiritual Bala, the strength to practice our spirituality. To practice spirituality is against the current of the material nature. Material nature is everything is going towards self-enjoyment. Material nature, material world, everybody is going towards sense gratification. But to practice spirituality means you have to swim against the current. You need strength. We need strength for that. That strength is given by Balaram. That's why he is the Adi Guru. He is the foremost of all gurus. So he gives that strength for us to practice spirituality, or spiritual practices. So with that spiritual practice, he also gives the strength, not only gives the strength, but also he gives the pleasure in following our spiritual practices. Rama means who gives pleasure. He gives both. He gives strength for us to practice, and then he gives the pleasure also to relish from that practice. So the spiritual practices, in the beginning it is difficult. It is like like Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Beginning it's poison, but the end is nectar. So, but the sense gratification, beginning is nectar, end is poison. So that nectar, that end, that is the supreme happiness. The spiritual happiness is the supreme happiness that never diminishes. It's never lost. Any material pleasure is Chanabangura. It is very flickering. Stays for some time and gone. It's temporary. Spiritual happiness is eternal. That comes from Balaram. That's why his name is Balaram. When we practice that with strength, so that by killing Dhenukasura, he is killing that laziness, the chada, the ass mentality, lazy mentality. Balaram is killing. Another is Pralambasura. This demon Pralamba, the name says Pralamba. So Lamba, very big demon in Hindi. So why it is that represents, so Pralambasura comes as a disguise as a cowherd boy. So even if in our practices, we have a disguise non-devotees within us and within our devotee circle also. Within us there is a non-devotee, disguise of devotee. What is that? In the name of Puja La Pratishta. When a devotee, a sadhaka starts practicing, so he naturally, he attracts others. He gets recognition, he gets some post position, some from Pratishta, from puja, people worship, adore, people show affection, puja, la person, and like that. So that becomes intoxicated. Then the devotee thinks, oh, this is devotional service. This is also a benefit. This is what devotional service is. He relishes that. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he says it is the stool of a boar. Stool of a boar it is. So that relishes that devotee. So devotee doesn't discriminate, cannot discriminate it. He thinks this puja la pratishtha is very, very palatable, very nice. He thinks that it is part of devotional service. But no, the demon, that's Pralambasura, that is. Pralambasura coming in the disguise of a cowherd boy. And Balaram kills it. So Guru, by his instructions, when you follow Guru, by his correction, Guru can correct us. Guru corrects us. So one has to always be humble in front of Guru. We may be very big, very proud, we have very big puja la pratishtha, but in front of Guru, we are always humble. We submit ourselves humbly. So with that, like Guru, Balaram kills demon Pralambasura. So that's he kills the demons also. And then he was there with Krishna always. So sometimes he left the Kurukshetra war. He didn't want to be part of Kurukshetra. He left. But when he was traveling, he killed Romharsana Suta. So Krishna killed some demons in the battlefield, and Balaram went and killed Romharsana Suta, who is a scholar, who is in the name of devotee. He is having that pride. Same thing like Pralambasura. He has a lot of pride. He didn't even respect Lord Balaram, so he killed him at the same time. Even at the end of past times, so just before Krishna left this planet, Balaram also left. So he is always with Krishna. So on this day, tomorrow it is, when we woke up, so it's a very auspicious day. So we all can pray for Balaram for spiritual strength. And give that pleasure in the practice of spirituality. So when I was studying in my college, one of the professor, he is an atheist. He asked the question. I didn't know the answer at that time. He asked this question. Is God all-powerful? Yes. If God is all-powerful, can he create someone who can defeat him? Can God create someone who can defeat God? If he can create someone who can defeat him, then that person will defeat God, then God is gone. If you can't create someone who can defeat him, that means God cannot do something, so then he's still not God. So that God doesn't exist. Right? Prabhupada also asks many times this type of questions. So it's like this question, that person asked, that professor, when he asked why atheist is. So as an algorithm, he's a computer science professor. So he puts an algorithm like that, God is all powerful, yes. Then if he's all powerful, he can do anything, yes. Then can he create another one who can defeat himself? Yes. If he creates, and that person will defeat himself, God is gone. If he can't, then he's not God, like that. In either case, God does not exist. So how do you answer that? Anyone else? Not Ram Tulsi Prabhu. Another answer? Understood the question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can try.
Yeah.
He's defeated by his devotees. He's defeated by the love of his devotees. He's won over by...
Yeah, it is not direct. Here it is been direct defeating. Like defeating means directly like...
So in that case, Balaram is always defeating him in their face.
Yes, exactly. You're right. So like that, Krishna expands as Balaram, and then he sportingly he gets defeated by Balaram. Still he is Lord only, still Balaram is also Lord only defeating Lord. That's okay. So like that, these logicians things won't work in front of Krishna. Prabhupada always gives these answers. So also somebody asked Prabhupada in Ohio State University, can God create a stone which he cannot lift? If yes, then the stone is more powerful than God because he can't lift it. If no, then he is not God because he can't create a stone which cannot lift. Same thing. Yes, God creates a stone which he cannot lift first, but God is always ever expanding. His strengths are expanding. Then he expands his strength and then he lifts the stone. So like the Prabhupada answer. So that's like that. So Krishna and Balaram, they are doing the fun. They are doing the playing and fighting and all. That's for their pleasure. So we can pray to Balaram on this day. So we are dot at 9:30. I will stop here.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you for a wonderful session. Before question and answer, I would like to share, make some 2 minutes announcement. So everyone can see my screen. So as tomorrow we are celebrating Balaram Purnima. So our program starts at 6 p.m. Please, we request devotee to come during the time 6 p.m. Because it's a very special day, as Sundarnath was mentioning that this special appearance day of the Lord is a day of receiving mercy. So we have with Aarti, Julan also will start tomorrow. We'll have opportunity to offer flowers and do Julan to the deities. And this program is going to have will be in person in our center. Please attend that program 6 p.m. onward with Gaurati and Prashadam. And as we have every Wednesday Sangha, so please do attend the program. And this Sunday, His Grace Ramchandra Prabhu will be speaking on the 6.17. So, and also Janmashtami, as devotee has been tirelessly working, preparing Janmashtami, please do join the celebration of Janmashtami. Make sure that this is not this Janmashtami is not happening in our center. It's a different location. It's a different address. So please visit the website. There's all the details there. You can get it. You can actually get right to locations. If you want devotees want to participate in any kind of service, please contact us. Like myself, Bhagavat Prabhu, Ramchandra Prabhu, and any other devotees. Please do that. And if devotees want to do a sponsorship, for color sponsorship, this is also a wonderful opportunity, because definitely as running a center, there's need of financial finance. Even in future we might have a center and location, so that will help to run the cost. Please do that. And so that's pretty much it. And also we have Bhakti Riches, devotees can participate every Friday in different locations, in Paramas, Parsipani, and other locations. And every Monday to Friday we have Bhagavad Gita reading from 12 p.m. to 12:15 p.m. Kindly join. And also a morning japa call, because it's a perfect time. You can utilize the time to chant with devotees 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. It just adds a discipline in our chanting. Please do and join the japa session every day. So thank you so much. So if anybody has any questions or comments, please let us know. And Rashi, today's and I would also request today's Rashi's mother's birthday. So I would like everybody to unmute and with 3 loud haribo to wish her a happy Krishna conscious birthday, and pray for her spiritual progress. If Rashimati can come on the screen, otherwise it's no problem. So we would definitely everybody unmute yourself and chant Hare Krishna 3 times Haribo for Rashimati. Haribo!
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 So actually, considering devotees, yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mate.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank
Happy
you.
Krishna conscious birthday.
Thank you.
it's our rare opportunity sometimes, like, to have devotees in our life, you know, serving someone and getting served. Like, this is how Krishna consciousness work. And we are fortunate because devotee make us remind about Krishna, right? So thank you everyone again. So if anybody has any questions, please go ahead. I think Prabhuji left. Yeah, he's there. So Prabhu, I have if like anybody wants the question, definitely can ask. I want to start myself. So we can, Sundar Prabhu, like we can see that, like, sometimes it's very confusing for many devotees to understand, like, the Leela of the Lord, like, making Duryodhana as his disciple, like teaching him actually like almost 3 years, like, playing all this combat, like, the problem. So why does he does that? Like, knowing that, Duryodhana is like a kind of Kali personified. So why he does that?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Duryodhana appears like, he's like a demon, but for Lord, he's still a child. So Lord wants to give him a chance in all ways, like in all possible ways. Why Krishna went as Shanti Dut and then showed his Vishwarup, other Vishwarup to Duryodhana, not others, to show him, hey, see, I am the Supreme Lord. No, I am with Pandavas. There's no chance for you to win. He wants to give every chance, but living entity doesn't wants to hear. That's another thing. But Lord doesn't give up. Lord is accompanying his merciful nature. He never gives up his merciful nature, Lord. That's another reason that no matter a living entity does what, Lord cannot give up his mercy. He will never give up his merciful nature. So anyway, like Pandavas, Krishna is openly favoring them, then favoring Pandavas. Then Balaram thought, okay, let me at least give another chance by this. But when Balaram becomes angry, he even he wanted to pull Hastinapur into Gangas. He didn't care, because when devotees are offended, Guru he didn't tolerate. When they kidnapped Aniruddha and like that, then Balaram didn't tolerate. He went to pull Hastinapur into Ganga. He wants to just submerge the whole city with all the residents. So that's still external anger, but it pacifies immediately. So basically, the main reason is to give him a chance. He, as a guru, he can give that, he can tell that, hey, why you are fighting like that. But Duryodhana, he didn't want to hear from anyone, even not his guru. So, but Krishna doesn't give up. So Krishna, as Antaryami, he knows everything. He knows Duryodhana will not change. Clearly he knows. Because his free will doesn't allow him. His free will, he is misused so much. He knows. But still Krishna doesn't assume things. He still goes. He still, in our case also, Krishna never gives up. In my case, Krishna would know that, no, this fellow is useless. Can never make anything properly. Can never practice properly. But Krishna doesn't give up. He gives chance again and again, opportunity of service again and again for us. So Lord's merciful nature never goes away. That's how it is.
Thank you for the answer, Prabhu. So anybody else has any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for a wonderful class. Prabhu, my question is not really on the topic that we discussed today, but it's kind of a chronological question. You mentioned that when the war of Kurukshetra was about to start, that's when Balramji leaves because he doesn't want to take sides. And so that's when he meets Romaharsha Rishi and he kills him. And that's when Suta Goswami takes the Vyasasan to narrate Srimad Bhagavatam. But we know that Suta Goswami heard Bhagavatam from Shukadev Goswami in Naimisharanya. And when that thing happens, Parikshit Maharaj, I mean, we already know that Krishna and entire Yadu dynasty has already gone back to the spiritual world. So how does the timeline reconcile here, Prabhu?
Romarsana Sutta was not discussing Bhagavatam, he was discussing scriptures. And then he just killed, and then Sutta Goswami was still like a student. So they made him to sit there and discuss the scriptures. It doesn't mention there that Romarsana Sutta was discussing Bhagavatam. So then Sutta Goswami was discussing the same scriptures. And like that. Then later, Sutta Goswami, from that place, he goes to Sukadeva Goswami on the bank of Ganges. He hears that, and later he goes to Naimisharanya, and then he talks about this. That's the chronological order. But
Right, thank you,
sometimes
Prabhu.
the chronological order doesn't reconcile. Sometimes in our Puranas, sometimes it can happen that also, because the Shastras are not chronologically written. If you start writing chronologically, one after another, so much to write. Already so big and so bulky. If you start writing the whole history since creation, this after this happened, after this happened, that it becomes voluminous, so big that nobody can understand anything. So that's why the lives of the main things and the main incidents happen are given. Sometimes they are given here and there like that.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for that clarification. Thank you. Hare Krishna.